So, could you start by telling us your name, institution, and your role?
Hi, I'm Nikita Kamath. I am a research associate at the Broad Institute of MIT and Harvard.
And can you describe the SCGE research project that you're working on in a couple of sentences?
Sure. My team and I'm a part of that team. We are working on curing Prion disease, which is a neurodegenerative fatal disease, and it doesn't have a cure or treatment. So we are trying to find different therapeutic modalities to cure Prion disease. So we uh, specifically work on one target, that is the PRP protein. That's a prion protein, and we try to knock it down or like target that to reduce the amount so that it doesn't get converted into its scrapey form and cause prion disease.
Great, thank you. And then what specifically do you work on within the research project?
It's like a process where we start with the mice, and they're sometimes prion inoculated, sometimes not, and we treat it with a drug. And we run an ELISA on the mouse brains that are harvested, and we see the knockdown of the prion protein in those samples and compare them with the non-injection ones.
And what's your favorite thing about the research that you're working on?
I think my most favorite thing about research is collaboration. It's talking with different scientists and people, uh, and incorporating their perspectives about their research, and just I think every day is learning new things about your own research, and it's also through getting help from others and improving your research. So I think um, when I entered my research group, and I didn't know a lot of things, and now I know a little more than I knew yesterday or a year before when I joined. So I think that's the most satisfying thing about doing research is learning every day.
So, switching gears a little bit to be a little more broad, what's an advancement that you think will happen in genome editing in the next 10 years? And this can be broader than the SCGE project, it could just be gene editing or gene therapy more generally.
How gene therapy expands and is kind of a more convenient or more success driven option for patients where everyone has availability to gene therapy, and it's for a larger number of audience, and hopefully there aren't major implications to gene therapy. I think that's something I see happening in the next 10 years, and hopefully also getting a cure for prion disease through gene therapy.
Right. And then how do you or your research group engage with patients and patient advocacy groups in your research?
I think as a researcher, you are honestly very far from patient groups because you're behind the scenes, you're working, you're not a doctor, so you're not like clinically in touch with patients. But I think my PIs, Eric and Sonia, are very in touch with patients where they go to like conferences and like the CJD Foundation meeting where they talk with like patient families and patients and try to understand their current needs, and just uh, when we know what difficulties they're facing, I think it gives you more motivation and this kind of drive to do your research at a faster pace, and I think that's what they are doing, and I think that's very needed in research to know what the end goal of your research is and how it's going to impact the world at large.
Great, thank you. And then how do you and your team consider health equity within your research?
Health equity is very important in research, I feel, because all kinds of populations should have equal access to health and treatments. Uh, I think the research group being a diverse set of individuals from all over the world and all of our collaborators being also global, uh, I think we kind of incorporate health equity through diversity in our research. So just having diverse set of people with different backgrounds and perspectives and different educational experiences, I think that really helps to get our research forward and through to the patients.
Great. And then we're on the last question already. So, is there anything else that you would like to say about your SCGE research or the SCGE consortium more broadly?
I think it's a wonderful experience working so far and being part of SCGE. I think there is all the groups associated with SCGE are doing great research, and hopefully, like we talked about in the previous questions, we see major changes in gene therapy and in the next 10 years. So yeah, thank you so much. I think it was great talking to you.